Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the second live broadcast back-to-back from the previous one. Okay, so I'm a little bit more at ease at the moment in terms of thinking about videos and such. So I just want to say, please like and subscribe. That's what I want to say. Okay, with that said, let's see. So, the previous video, I started the print where I left off. I started the print for one of these little nuclear power cores, the 1/18 scale prop. This is a rough right off the printer before cleanup, and so there's no filing, no smoothing, no anything there. And so I'm printing a second one that is a little bit more optimized for these printers, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm slowing the printer down to 40%. Forgot to do that. So, but what I want to do right now is begin a little add-on prop for these little nuclear cores. So it'll be easy to display one of these on a desk. So you got a figure. This thing is just sitting on the desk, kind of boring. Even if you have a little laptop or something you put right next to it, it's still kind of boring. So I'm going to make it exciting by designing a little prop that's going to suspend this off the desktop a bit and have little connections for wires or whatever else you want to do once you get your prop. And maybe it might have a little monitor screen or space to put a screen, maybe on the left or right side. Not quite sure on that, but definitely it needs something more than simply being a stand. Having a stand, anyone could do a stand. Me, I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be unique. So I'm going to design something that's going to be interesting and visually pleasing. So we take photos of your 1/18 scale figures and such. It'll be a pleasant eye candy to take photos with. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to share the screen. Share screen. Windows, SolidWorks. It already has the prop already there. So here's the prop. This is what is going to be the final form, providing I don't have to change anything. That's currently printing right now. So taking this, I'm going to make a little stand that's going to suspend this off of the desktop. So I'm going to use this as the base. So what I'm going to do here is change the view so I can see the background, all the planes where I can do editing and such. Select one of them. I just want to get the length. Sketch, and this is the way I'm going to do getting the length. And I'm not going to do the normal way of selecting the two endpoints to get the distance between the two using the measuring tool. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plunge right in and begin my sketch, which will be something like this. So I'm just going to extend this. And anyway, so if you're curious, this is the way I typically go about designing something. Plunge right in and just wing it. So I'm having fun, as you can tell. Okay, so this is 4.5 millimeters. So I'm going to now add to this line the actual distance off of the desktop. So what's a good distance? Let's see. Using the caliper, 10 millimeters seems to be a bit too tall. 5mm seems to be okay. Let's try 5mm and see how that goes. So let's see. It rolls around. Okay, 5mm, 5. Enter. There. Now I'm going to well, I'm not going to do the offset yet. Now what I'm going to do is make another. Well, I don't. It doesn't need to be a construction line, but I can make this one about here, midpoint. Well, I want to be sure it's a midpoint. So let me do another construction line. Let me find the origin right there and make sure it's 0 degrees, no angle. Then I'm going to trim it. Trim, trim. I'm going to select this one and say not construction line, but a solid line. Okay, with this, now what I'm going to do is copy this. Okay, copy. And I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to just keep it in the background. I'm just going to save the file. So that way in the future, I have reference to this. And I don't have to do this over again. Now, I'm going to keep this up because I still need to do some additional references. So I'm going to go to New, make a new part. And I'm going to go to the front plane. And I'm going to say Sketch. Now I'm going to paste. And I'm going to rotate. So rotate right about there. Okay. Now I'm going to select it. And I'm going to put this as the origin right there, where the part would be. Now I'm almost done. Now what I'm going to go and do is make an offset. Because as it is right now, if I print it as is, 0.25, it will be too tight to the part. Remember, when you're doing with things with plastics, there's always shrinkage. There's always, depends on the angle, but there's always shrinkage involved. So what you see here, whatever material you use, you have to calculate shrinkage of that material in there. So what I'm going to do, so anyway, if I were to print this exactly and I try to put this in, it's going to be too tight and the part is going to go like that. So, okay, so I'm going to do an offset of 0.25, quarter of a millimeter. I don't want to do everything. I just want to do this vertical line. I'm going to say reverse direction. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and mirror this. So I'm select all of that. Since there's more than one construction line, I'm going to select this construction line. And so this becomes the outer walls of this piece. And I'm going to I can make another offset for thickness. So I'm going to say, let's make this, I want to make it, I usually go a standard of 1.5. Let's make this one a nice thick piece of 2 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters. 2.5. So I'm going to make this, that, reverse direction. And I am going to say, give me a cap end, just a line. I'm going to delete one of those lines. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this side. Instead of making a mirror, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to delete the bottom line there too. Now, what I'm going to do here is, how thick should all of this be? Well, I'll tell you what, let's go 2.5 on the bottom as well. I don't want to do any end caps now. This here. And I am going to, I'm just going to make a stopping point right there. So I'm just doing this here because I'm going to extend these lines. First, I'm going to extend this. Yes. And then I'm going to extend this. Okay. And now I'm going to extend this down and this all the way. Instead of drawing additional lines, I'm just doing this real quick. So now I'm going to trim off the excess. So come on, trim. There it goes. Trim, 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 trim. Okay, now I want to make, since remember that measurement was 4.5 for this prop in the other screen. So to make that one 4.5, which will be the same. But when I print it, I'm going to need a little border. So I say 4, let's say if I make it 5, let's say 5.5 would be the, so that way I have a millimeter border all around. And and that will allow me to do some additional things. Okay, so I want to go extrude. I want to say mid plane. So if I go 5, so let me make it 10. Okay, so 10 millimeters, that's fine. Now what I need to do here is I want to keep the sketch visible because I still need to use it as a reference. Edit sketch. And let me change the orientation. Okay, so remember this is where that part ended. So how far underneath the prop do I need to go? Well, that's why I have this still up as a reference. Okay, so let's take this sketch that I had done, edit. So let's do another construction line. Now I want to see like how far do I need to suspend the thing. Okay, I don't want to go all the way there. So essentially from here to, let's say, okay, 2.5. So let's say 2.5 then. Okay. I'm going to delete that because it didn't come out nice. So select, okay. Come on, okay. Switch. So we can make this one 2.5. Remember, it's 0.25 further ahead. So 2.75. Okay. Now I'm going to do an offset because I still want it to be so close. Offset also 0.25. Reverse. Make the original line into a construction line. Base geometry. Okay. Now I'm going to just go ahead and come straight down. So I'm going to go ahead and just select all of this, like that. Because there's only one construction line selected, it's going to think I want to mirror along that line. So let me select the second construction line, and then it's going to ask me, well, which line do I want to mirror around? And then I'll just select this one again. Okay. Now let me go ahead and trim this also. So this, I don't need it now. Trim, I guess I can trim that off. Trim. Okay. And trim, and trim. Okay, so select. Oh, okay. Select. Hey, look at that. Pretty nice. Now, it's not, anything perfect yet, but it looks pretty nice thus far. So what I will do now is take this right here, just kind of thinking, and I'm going to make a little rectangle. Now, remember I was saying it has a 1 millimeter border. I'm going to now make it into 0.75 because I need that spacing. 0.75. So right there, that's good. Okay, so enter. Okay. Then what I can do is, this is a quick and easy way. There. Make sure it's straight, no angles, good. So select this, mirror that. Make a second one. Mirror that. Okay. Add mirror entities. Come on. Mirror. Okay. Mirror about here. Okay. So now I'm going to raise this up to this surface up there. So I'll say not blind, I want to go up to surface. Okay, so let's do that. So this becomes a little tray thing here. So let's check this out. Let's go ahead and save this. Save as. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. I don't have the other window open. What shall we call this? And let's just say 1-1. Stand display, stand 1-1. And enter. Boom. Now, what I'm going to do is to show everyone, I'm going to go new assembly. Okay. Say stand. Okay. Now let's insert component, which will be that nuclear core piece. Right there. I'm going to say view, hide, show, hide all types. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rotate the component. Okay. It'll be easier if the thing had some circles, but let me go ahead and just do this real fast. We'll make it look better and all that as we go. Select that side. Select this side where to mate it so that it aligns everything. Then I say 0.25 would be the spacing in between. Okay. So that would be good. Now, at this point, I'm just going to eyeball placing it. Not too deep. Okay. So this is eyeballing it right now. Look at that. little overlook. So the part is actually thicker than what we have it set for. You can see there's impacts right there and right here. So I'm going to make this a bit wider. So what did I say? It was 10. Let's take a quick look at the caliper. So 10 millimeter openings like that. So let's make it 12. Okay. So in terms of the part, 12 millimeter spacing right there. Right there. So, okay, let's go back. And let's go to here, feature, and say 12. Enter. Okay. Now let's let's go back and save actually. Oh, okay, it's going to say rebuild it, so yeah. Okay, so I got to make those vertical extrusions. I got to change them. Actually, I want to sketch. Change the sketch. So this was the main one that I worked with. So let's say right here, 1.75. Let's go ahead and go back and make it 0.75. And since everything was mirrored, the changes propagate to the other sketches. So save this. Okay. The print finished. Switch. Yes. Okay, so now there's spacing. Yeah, spacing is a bit much, but we're just eyeballing this at the moment. So, what I shall do now is go back to this piece and let's take this side, sketch, and make a circle. So let's say 9 millimeters. So 4.5. Okay. So 4.5. Strange. Well, the thing should have. Oh, never mind. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Just thinking. Switch back to this. Okay, so let's just take this side here. Circle. Nine. So that will be the diameter for the part inside. And okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this one into a reference for construction. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and do from end to end right here. An arch right there. And I'm going to close this off. right here. Okay. I'm going to select it all, copy features. Up to surface, that surface. And same thing for this. Select that side, go sketch, sketch, and paste. Okay, done. Now we go features, extruded boss. And I'm going to say up to the surface right there. Okay, so save this. How does this look now? Go. Oops. I want the assembly. Okay, so the assembly will look like this. Now what I'm going to do is make the circle part inside here and kind of round things off. You know, I can do other designs. Could have a cylinder part going in at the bottom. That should be interesting too, but nah, I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, so select this. Go sketch, sketch, and do this. So 9. That's the diameter there. I want to increase it a little bit. In this case, do I want to do 0.25? I want to do half of that. So I select it and I say offset. I want 0.125. Okay. So then let me select this to a cutaway view. It's a little bit easier for me to work with. Okay. And change the orientation. Now this might be a little bit on the, well, let's see, because remember there were these parts that were sticking out. We'll see how that looks. If not, I'll make an adjustment. Maybe this is interesting. Maybe I should just do it like that. Yeah, let's try that. That looks good. This was not planned, but this is how I do it. So let's see, make a center line. So, a lot of times I'm just relying on what the program SolidWorks shows me, as anticipation, and things are like, oh, that's an inspiration for a different direction. And so that's what I typically do. Select here, come down to here, and then let's just go all the way across. Let's trim that off, trim off the excess. So yeah, it does right there. Look at that. Trim off the excess there. Look at that. That looks interesting. Okay. So since that's the middle point there, let's select all of this. Go mirror entities. It should do it. Yep. Okay, good. Let's select all of this. I can cut and paste to the other side. copy. Features, extruded. How far did we want it to go? Right up to there. Okay, extrude to that face, up to surface, right there. Go. Okay. Yeah, you can tell I have fun when I do this. Stuff like this. Okay, removing the cutaway view there, and now let's do the cutaway view from here. Good. And select this surface to edit, sketch, sketch. And now I'm going to just paste, drag it right there. Okay, then features, extruded, and up to surface right here. Now, this looks interesting. Save. Oh. Cutaway view. Save. Okay, so now let's do some interesting things. Okay, this is all part of the setup. Let's do some interesting things. First, now of course, as is, this is good for printing, okay? It's very simple, very basic, but a printer will handle it easily. Now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging for a printer. We're going to take this side, and going to go sketch. Let's make a nice little circle here. Let's go all the way, so it's 12 millimeters, and let's do an offset. What's a good offset in this case? 1? Let's try 1. Okay, we're still on base geometry. So base geometry just means that I want to make this the original structure, the original sketch that I have selected into a construction line without me having to manually go and say, okay, this is another construction line as a separate step. So that would change direction to inside. And I'm going to make this a little extrusion. How much of an extrusion? Yeah, it doesn't look so bad having a large cylinder. No, since it doesn't look so bad. Let's see how it looks with 5, because okay, so this is the idea. You got this prop that's about 30 millimeters long, and then you have the additionals like let's say 35. I'm just guessing it at the moment. Then you have if I add 10 more, so that's 5 right there. So if I add 10 more millimeters, that's about like this. So it'd be about that big, which is a nice size prop. If I make it smaller, about there. No, let's go back and make it 10. No, really want? That's going to be quite a bit. Hey, but we're doing this to look cool, huh? Okay, so yeah, we want a cool looking prop. Let's make it 10. So let's do 10 there. Okay. Now there was another way to do this, where I could do a circular extrusion all around, but that would probably mean that I have more of the design in my mind, in my imagination, which I don't. I'm doing it as I go. So if I had more of the design already in my mind, how I would do it, yeah, I would from this point I would do a revolve cut. I mean, a revolve extrusion. So I'm going to do this as do this at the same way the other side. So at this point, I'm just going to be going back and forth, one side to the other, one side to the other. So same idea. So sketch, go here, there, offset, same parameters, reverse, enter, extrude, $10 mm. Then, okay, save this, always save. Now let's work with this side. Let's do this. Let's do sketch. Come on, sketch. Let's do this. Here to here. Okay. And let's just do a circle because I'm going to trim. So might as well just trim an extra line. There. Now trim, yes. And oh hey, how about that? Up. Yeah. And trim this. This should do half. Okay, good. So there, and then I want to copy this so I don't have to do it again. Copy. And there. I need to extrude it. So can I extrude right here? Features. I guess I have to go into, yeah. Oh, maybe I could do it right here. Okay, good. So I want to extrude this one. We did that one. The other side was 2.5. We could do the same 2.5 and see how that would look. And then sketch, paste. Yes. Okay. There to there. Now, let's see. I just want to put something like a greeble. Oh, let me just demonstrate the rotate property. Okay, so this is how it would work. I would select a plane. I go sketch. I will change the orientation. Then I would do something like put a midpoint. Okay, as a construction line, which will be right about here, which is the center of that circle. Okay, so let's say 5 mm more. So, little by little, this prop is growing, but I am not complaining. This is going to come out nice. 5. And okay, what I want to do here is how should this look? I want to add a regular line. Let's start from the bottom. So the top is going to be 6. I don't want it to be 6. Maybe 5.5. 5. Let's just do 5 for the moment. I have a reason why in my mind. So, okay, so let's come up about 1 millimeter. That will look good. 1.5 millimeters. I'm just putting together a shape. Just let's say one. Just trying to see what might look good, and I'm kind of thinking how I'm going to go about doing things. So right now, I want to eventually reach up to there. But you see, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add, make it look like it's a hose or some sort of pipe that's coming from the desktop structure, and it's going to angle and go right into the sides there. Whether I do a 3D printed pipe or it's left open so a person can go in and add their own wires, whatever. I'm not quite sure on that yet, but I'm going to do the piping part first and see how that goes. Since it will print and it will print nice. Let's see, 0.5. Let's just go right up there, 0.5. I like to do kind of like rounded like this. Oh, let's go a little bit more. Let's make this into 1. Then let's go here. So this will lead to, I could always come back and add as I think about this. I could go back and add more. So let's just go ahead and just reach our point here first. Okay. I'm going to make this into a solid line. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another center line from the middle right here. Make sure there's no angle. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and copy this also. Well, not yet. Not yet. Let's just go ahead and do a rotation first. Features. Revolve base. Oh. Okay, so now I have that. Looks like a Devo hat. A power hat. Power dome. Okay, now I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking, okay. Now what I'm going to do is round off some areas. So let's do this. Let's go back to Revolve, Sketch. Let's do a sketch fillet right there. And say, well, what do we want to do? Let's say 0.5. See how that looks first. Do we want to do it right there? Let's see. No, I was thinking here. If I make it 1, yeah, it's gonna remove 1. It's gonna remove a corner. So no problem. We could do it like this. Okay. Then I go trim. So let me take a quick look. Okay. I am going to work with this. It's kind of light, okay, but let's see what we can do to make it fancy. Just using this light approach, I can make it more fancy, but I'm thinking also about control to make adjustments later. So making adjustments later, I want to do design. I want to do various features on this particular sketch rather than within that sketch. So, okay, let's go back to that sketch. Let's see. Let's see if I can just simply make a mirror, or let's see if it'll complain. Yeah, because sometimes it might treat it like it's a separate sketch, like there's two parts, they're not physically connected, so it may choke on that. So let's say we take this and we select the mirror line. Come on, mirror. Mirror about. Oh, mirror about this. Items to mirror. So let's do it again. Here. Okay, let's see how it handles the rotation. Oh yeah, okay, cannot build. Okay, so let's just copy. Let's just copy this. Copy. And let's just undo all of that. And just select this plane. And so I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. And I'll go get a bite to eat. And I'll continue this tomorrow. But I'm going to just get to a nice stopping point and then close it. So, okay, so we want this. Go sketch. Paste. Features. Oh, I need to do a center line. Sketch. Because it needs to know where it's going to rotate around. So I have to do something like this. I don't need to extend it all the way out, but it just makes it easier for me to identify that that's the rotation line in the future, even though it's the only construction line there. Okay, select the contours, select this. So it should be solid, I believe. It's going to give me a problem. Watch. Yeah, sketch is open. Where is it open? Right here. This is open. How come it was closed over there? Oh. And just never mind. Maybe my area. It got confused. I'm confused. So okay. So here it goes. Okay, so save this. What I want to do now is well, I want to do some bevels, but do I want to do it right now? Half a millimeter bevel might be a bit much. Okay. See, the nicest about doing it outside of the sketch is I can come back later and make adjustments easily. Okay, so I'm getting close to the stopping point here. What I want to do next time is add some cuts around here. Make a small adjustment to this piece here. I want to add some piping. I'll show you what I mean. I want to add some piping using the sweep tool up there that will go from here down to something here. So what I should do is next time seal off this, close this off, and add an extension, make another part. Maybe this could be higher off, and maybe this whole thing could be taller, but make an extension from here over here, and add something like you see with these circles with this rotated stuff down here at the bottom, and then join these two together. Now I'm thinking of making this part taller. So in other words, I'm thinking of making the entire structure taller. So this comes down deeper, maybe about here or something like that. So it's deeper. That's what I'm thinking about. And then that means that from this point to right about here where the mouse is will be additional areas for us to design something around, which is going to be a lot of greebles, and and of course that could lead to something nice. So this is how it gets done. Let me save this, and I'll switch to view here. Rebuild, yes. Okay. So you can see how this is going to be. Of course, it's digging into the bottom right there, but I can do this now. Watch. I will mate. Select this. Select that. Now it's going to center. It treats it as concentric. It's going to center to the middle, to the center of these two curves. So basically, it's going to be parallel to the curves. And notice it's now, now it's got a gap in between. So everything's working out. Everything's working according to plan. So this is how it's done. So you get to see. So this is how it's done. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. The channel can use your help to grow and dominate, to grow and just get bigger and better. Let me stop sharing the screen. Okay. So please like and subscribe, and join me next time. Oh, before you go, let's see how the cord is pulling. Let's see how the print came along. Aha, better. Yeah. You can't really see the details on this, but yeah, it's better. So here's the top. Well, so it's going to have to get cleaned up some. Yeah, those little bumps I did, yeah, they came out. So I'm going to just file a little bit, put it into the machine, smooth things out some, and then take a good look. But so far, I like what I see, and I'm going to make this available for everyone. This is the new update. Kind of conversion, but it's more optimized for these printers. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Catch y'all next time. Stay safe, everyone. And today's Thursday, right? Yeah, so have a great Thursday. and broadcast.